Hello guys, how are you? Well, today on this video let me talk you about MOTs in Portugal IPOs. Now, this consists on a technical inspection that we have to do from time to time on our cars. In Portugal it's like this: on the first 4 years of the car we have to do it on the 4th year, okay? Then every 2 years until the car completes 8 years of age, and after 8 years every year forever. So this car goes to the MOT right now. This is a technical control that sees all the security systems, all the functions of the car. The things that I recommend you to do before going to the technical control is to do some checks yourself, okay? So you are going down the road safely. You can start to see the lights, the low beams, the high beams, the presence lights, the blinkers front and back, the fog lights front and back, and the stop lights also. It may be a little bit difficult to see the stop lights if you are alone, but for example you can do it like this: you just back up to the white wall on your garage or something and press on the brakes, and you can see that the both lights or the 3 lights are working correctly. Very easy to do it. On my case I can actually see it every day because I back up onto my garages every day, so nice to know my lights are working. Now that you see that everything is okay with the lights, you can see underneath the car. Take a look, take a peek if you see any leaks appearing. For example, if they are not too bad, it's just moisture, they will not tell you much, I think. It depends a lot on the local, on the residence that you are in. Before going down the road, you should check simple things like the horns, like the windscreen washers, front and back, if you have it on the back as well, the windows, the working of the windows, the working of the doors, the door locks. Every function of the car must be working perfectly. Even if the inspector does not see it, it does not mean it's not important. Again, it depends a lot on the center that you are visiting on the day, depends on the laws, it depends on lots and lots of things. But if you are aware that it is important, you should check it yourself. So now you are going down the road, going to your MOT, and you want to make sure the car is at the minimal requirement for passing an MOT. You should see that the car is going down the road with security. For example, if you are going straight and then you take off the hands of the steering wheel and you brake, the car must continue straight on. It must not deviate unless the road is really wobbly, but the car must not deviate left or right. If it does so, you have a problem and play on on the suspension elements. The triangles, the arms may have plays on them. Also the power must be good, because if you don't have enough power, normally that translates to emissions problems, okay, being gasoline or diesel. If you have a gasoline engine, I urge you to let the car running all of the time. If you are in line to wait to do the control, let the car running. That keeps the catalytic converter very hot, very efficient. In that way you will have excellent readings on the inspection for the gases, for the CO2. It is really important, at least I think it is, okay? And the law says too. This car being non-catalytic, it is not that important, but still it is important. My objective of CO2 is higher than the catalytic converted one. You can understand that. If you have a diesel car, it is important as well to have a nice warm car, so you have all the gases going absolutely effective on the exhaust systems. And try to push it really hard while we are driving to the control center to get rid of the soot that is on the exhaust, because here in Portugal they will measure the opacity of the gases, of how black the diesel gas is, the diesel fumes are. Now we are on the control center. They are about to see several things. They want to see all the lights that you just saw at your home or office, whatever you want to do the control. They see if everything is okay, is working. The next part, they will check the alignment of the low beams, the high beams, and the fog lights, if you have it, on the front of course. Don't forget that alignment of the lights and focusing of the lights is two different things. I already did a video about that, why both things are not the same, because if you have, well, check the video and you will understand. You can only align your high beams and low beams, you cannot focus them, okay, it's different. Okay, everything is kind of good. My lights are not really that special, they are burnt. The mirror is burnt all the way, low beams, high beams, and also the fog lights. The next thing is to see if the car is aligned. This is not really a best way to see if the car is aligned, but it's better than nothing. The car passes through this carpet on the ground. If the carpet moves to one side or another too much, the car is not aligned. Okay, it's so-so. The next step, the car passes through the suspension testing. This will test the suspension left to right on the front and then left to right on the back. In Portugal, they will not see too much the efficiency on the shock absorber itself, but rather the comparison between left and right of the shock absorbers. If they are more than 40% disaligned on efficiency, the car will fail. But if they are both bad in equal ways, the car will pass. Yay. That is the law, you cannot do anything about that. They will warn you, okay, the car passed the suspension test, but it should replace the shock absorbers nonetheless. That's just the way it is in Portugal. The rear, it's exactly the same. Now we'll test the brakes, the front brakes, the rear brakes, and the handbrake. Okay, everything is good, the car is passed the brake test. The car has really good brakes, this one. And now we are going to see the place on the suspension on this pit over here on the ground. The pit has a hydraulic pneumatic element that pushes the wheel in and out, back and forward, to see if the triangles, the suspension elements, the arms have play in any sense. Okay, everything is new on the front, as you can remember on my videos, and on the back nothing really special is happening about that. The car has some leaks, yes, but remember it is a 32 years old Alfa 75. Okay, they understand the car has some humidities beneath. I want to take care of those. Eventually, someday, I hope I can. My thought was by now the car was already with the gearbox out to do the resealing of the gearbox, but the engine pranked me, as you remember. Okay, the car passed one more year of MOT, but remember this, at least in Portugal it's like this. As soon as the car leaves the gates of the MOT, if you modify something on your car or the car becomes damaged in some way, the MOT is no longer valid, if you can understand that. So it is valid during the inspection, just the way it is.